Welcome to
Impact Kids Coach!
Hi everyone. Today we're talking about point of view and perspective. Imagine a bird soaring high in the sky. Now imagine an airplane with a little boy sitting on it, looking down, and he sees that tiny little bird. He also sees a tiny little school on the ground, and this airplane is so high that he cannot see the little boy standing outside of the school. Now we're going to take a new perspective. Imagine that you are that little boy out on the playground outside of your very big school. You look up and you see a bird, the underside, which is white. And up high, you can see a plane that you know is big because airplanes are big, but because it's so far away, it looks really small. And there's no way you can see the boy sitting on the airplane looking down at your school. Here's what's so interesting. Both boys are looking at the bird, but even though they're looking at the same thing, their viewpoint is completely different. Why? Well, it's all about their perspective. Our perspective comes from how we see things, how we see each other, how we see different things that are happening when we're together. And our perspective comes from our experiences, things we've lived in life, maybe even our point of view, where we are. Just like the boy in the plane and the boy at the school. They were looking at the bird, the same thing, but they saw it differently. Understanding that we all have a different perspective on things that happen in life is super important. You see, people often assume or they automatically think that everyone sees things the way they do. So the boy in the plane, he thinks everyone sees the bird the way he did, purple on top, and that the school was so small. Whereas the boy on the ground, he sees the plane small and the school large and the underside of the bird, which was white. He assumes everyone sees things the same way he does. Let's play a game and practice looking at someone else's perspective on the same thing. Think about homework. What is your perspective on homework? Now, imagine your teacher's perspective on homework. Let's try another one. What is your opinion from your perspective about eating all your vegetables? Now, let's take the perspective of your parents. What is their perspective on you eating all of your vegetables? There's even a third perspective. Imagine someone else outside of your family cooked the vegetables for you. What would their perspective be about you eating all of your vegetables? He assumes everyone sees things the same way he does. That's normal. That's assuming everyone has your perspective. But they don't because they're not all in the same place as you and they're not all experiencing the same things as you. That's not a bad thing. It can actually even be a very good thing. When people have different experiences, they might have different solutions to problems. If we're around people who see things the same way we do and have the same experiences as us, it can be hard to come up with new solutions. Choosing to be around people who have different experiences and different perspectives helps you to be more creative and to understand more about the world around you. However, it's not always easy to be around people who see things differently than you do. Being around people who see things the way you do and agree with you all the time, well, that's easy. Having a different perspective is important to open your point of view and to give you more creativity and problem solve better, but it can be really challenging. People have different perspectives, and that can make things tough if we forget that we don't all have the same experiences, we don't all see things the same way, and we need to listen to each other in order to get the benefits of different perspectives. Different perspectives can cause conflict because of misunderstandings. But if we're mindful and we remember that not everyone thinks like us or sees things the same way we do, we need to put ourselves in their shoes in order to understand their perspective more. Do you know what that's called? That's right, empathy. But did you know that there are two types of empathy? There's cognitive empathy and genuine empathy. Can you guess which one is more beneficial? In our next video, we're going to talk about empathy, how you can build it like a muscle, and we'll give you the exact steps to follow in order to be the most successful that you can be when you're getting along with other people. Because remember, when you have empathy, and you remember that other people have a different perspective, you're going to connect with more people better. And when we feel connected to other people, we feel a sense of belonging. And that is what helps us to make our best impact and to feel our very best. So I want that for you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video, which will give you all these helpful tips. See you next time.